What's up, everybody? Appreciate you. Man, I tell you, I had such a horrible migraine headache this weekend. Sinus, sinus migraine. Ugh. And then after that, I did some rearranging. There's Mom's Day. Busy, busy. Man, whole bunch of stuff. I know you all have seen it. All the interviews with Tony in the Sebastian case, people going away. Shout out to the search efforts going on. Bunch of other stuff too. It has turned into shambles, Norma. I mean, not only the case, but just the mudslinging everywhere. You know what I mean? One of the things that I've done, not necessarily while I was, because when I had my migraine, it was for like 2 days straight, 2.5 days. I literally just laid there trying to like wait for it to go because it was bad. Couldn't even look at a screen. So, but after that couple days, I kind of did some rearranging here at the studio and was kind of getting some of the other things done that I usually have to, I got to be around to do. Stuff like that. And as I was doing these rearranging and stuff, and I'm listening to all these shows, and it's just like, geez, not only on the panels for, any of these shows. I mean, hell, you even saw what happened in Pascal. You know what I'm saying? You even saw what happened to Pascal, whereas mods like saw all the bullshit. I want to say shout out to the Angels. Let me do this again because I can't say it enough. Shout out to the Angels for always making this community what you guys see in the chat. Shout out to the Angels because you saw what happened over there in Pascal's show. His mods fixed it. They switched it to members only. That way it got rid of all the spew, Even if it's just for a night, sometimes you got to do it. And then he got on them during the live telling them that they needed to have it be everybody because he needed the super chats to ask the questions. I want to say shout out Angels. For real. Because, you go to, it's because we don't have 100 mods. Yo, we don't have 100 mods. We don't have 100 mods. It just shows me how amazing my mods are. Shout out to them. But what I'm saying is that there's all this, not only on these shows, but it's just and that's what I've noticed too. And it's like, wow, even if there's no new updates, it just every day is just more and more and more and more and more and more. I don't understand it. Now, there comes a time where you need to defend your character damn straight. But what's up, Casey? But when it comes time to like, is it really about Sebastian? It's all about this. I just What's up, Allison? Appreciate you. It's just that's why we're doing a true crime tonight. night in true crime because we're not gonna talk. It has, man. You know, there's been a lot of reflection these last few days too when it comes to just yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, wow, what has it really turned into? Not only you know, you see it in the chats, but it's getting to all these other shows too, and it's just like and I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. You know, we've had our fair share of people making up shit, some major shit that just isn't true when you're trying to work with communities. Shit that you just don't accuse people of unless you have the proof. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for what? You know what I mean? Is it really about Sebastian? It's sad. It's sad. Because it's like, you know what? The toxicity has just gotten to such a point where I just don't even want to have the community experience that stuff because it's not about me, it's about you. I want you to be able to come in here and feel like you spent an hour, two, three, however many, where not only you learned something, but you got to spend time with people you care about, people you they do become your family because you learn more and more about them each day. And the last thing that I want to do is just have people be around toxic energy. It should be on finding him. And I don't understand. It's all about picking sides. I know, Casey. I do too. What's up, Brittany? How are you? I do too, Casey. I wish it was, you know, I was driving home a couple nights ago. I was driving home a couple nights ago and I was sitting there thinking to myself, and I was like, I miss the days. I miss the days. And, you know, because you guys were with me when we were out there. I miss the days. I miss the days that I wasn't coming home until midnight, having to get up at 4 in the morning, sleeping through my alarms because I didn't get any sleep, not getting out the door until 5 a.m., making sure I stopped through for Hardee's and going out there and giving it a whole freaking day. You know what I mean? I miss the days that I barely had any sleep and it was 7 hours of driving and, you know, it's sad. And the crazy thing is that there hasn't been that many updates either. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of talk, you know, from one side and the other side, you know, on these different shows, you know, with family or friends or whatever. But really, what kind of updates other than people not working with people, somebody else joining, you know, what other updates? And then you add barely any updates other than, you know, who's working with who and who's not working with who. And it's just it's a whole but like where's all this energy coming from? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Brittany. It's just like I don't understand. I just don't understand. You know, a lot of reflection. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what the hell is going on? I even had a thumbnail ready tonight just to talk about what the hell is going on. I don't get it. You know, and then you see it's like, you know, when any guests are on, whether you agree with them or not, you know, when any guests are on, there's a thing called respect. And when I was hanging out during my rearrange here in the studio, just trying to change it up, you know what I mean? Just trying to change it up. Just I needed something fresh, you know what I'm saying? So I rearranged the studio. And I'm sitting there listening and watching Pascal on my laptop while I'm doing all this. And I'm just seeing the hate, and it's like, man, whether you agree with somebody or not, and this isn't, listen, you can go through all my shows. I'm not sticking up for anybody. I don't stick up for anybody. What I've always been about has been about Sebastian, whatever the fucking way that is. That's what it's about. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter because it shouldn't matter if it's about Sebastian. And it's like, damn, what the fuck is going on, you know? Whether you agree with somebody or not, the venom, the venom. It's just like, whether you go into shows, whether they agree with this person or that person, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the venom. It's just like, what the hell is going on? It doesn't matter where. And it's like, there's not, I mean, is that what the case has become? Is just a bunch of people arguing back and forth about who's right and who's wrong? Because what other updates have there been other than, I mean, we've even said it to ourselves, our search crews. After all this searching we've done, and look at what's going on still with the locals. I wish I was local. Unfortunately, I'm not. But look at what the locals. They're not, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. So why is there all of this, like, you know? What is this case you know, what does it become? When we have to take an hour out of our show, when we're focusing on Sebastian, to take an hour out of our last show just to prove stuff was not true that was being put out there for like the fourth time. What has this become? Where you have people making up shit about you left and right in all these other chats? What has it become? With and I'm going to keep going back to it. With what new updates? it doesn't mean we're going to be done. What it means is that there's other souls out there too that deserve every amount of effort and energy that we want to give. I don't understand it. I really don't. No, they haven't accomplished what they wanted, Casey. Listen, you still have locals out there going out there, okay? They haven't accomplished that. They still have locals going out there. They still have Julia out there. You know what I'm saying? They haven't done that. Somebody that lives 2.5 hours away, it's a little difficult. For somebody that can wake up and be there in 10 minutes, hey, if I could get out of bed and wake up and be there in 10, 15 minutes, you know I would. You know I would. You know, how many days in a row did I drive there and, you know? Oh no, I know you didn't mean that, Casey. Um, you know what I'm saying? But if I was local right there, you know, there's another case that's local that I've been working on that I don't even I don't even show. But when it comes to, you know, being 2.5, Busby, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like I always refer to people, and it was the time when you, me, and Narc Divers were there together, even though we've done searches past that. Even though we've done searches past that. The thing that I always remember, Busby, is when you, me, and Narc Divers were standing there together, and we kind of all said, man, all this searching that we've done, and there's still no direction. And that's what my mind always puts me back in that parking lot where we were standing there after we were done, you know, doing our search that day. And we just sat there and we were just like, after all the searching that we've done, whether we were together, whether it was separate, at that moment in time, after all the searching that all of us had done, either together or separate, it was the first time that we stood there together and we were like, after all this searching, there's no direction. And you see with the locals what's going on right now. There's nothing. There's nothing. Thank you for the tickets. I appreciate you tonight. What's up, Blackhawk? There's nothing. And it's unfortunate. That's why I don't understand. You know, that's why I don't understand. I wish it would be about Sebastian because a lot of it is not. It's about other people other than Sebastian. Um, mm. No, I won't be Blackhawk. Yeah, there's not enough evidence and direction that's factual. That's why it's like, that's why in the last show I was asking you guys, I'm like, what do you guys even think? One, two, or three? One, two, or three? Because at this point, you know what I'm saying? Where? You know? Where? I don't know. It's like where do you even go? Like what we've gone down to Mississippi, you know, Unless there's a massive search effort along I-40, and I mean massive because not only you gotta go up and down the road, you gotta go along the banks, and you gotta search any rivers or lakes up and down that you're gonna cross over, or any spots that you can pull off. You know what I mean? It would be a I mean, unless there's communities or some kind of massive search group that can literally be able to do that. I mean, like what direction? What direction? I don't even know, Casey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who knows? Kidnapping is just as much of a possibility as foul play. Like, in any way. It doesn't even mean foul play from the house. What if he was outside and there was foul play? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no, this is what I'm saying. There's no, just like I keep going into my head of the memory of us standing there saying, wow, after all of this searching, not one, I mean, and we went on in woods, uh, underpasses, lakes, rivers. I mean, you name it. We searched and never once, nothing, nothing. And so that's why I'm saying everything is an equal possibility. Everything is a possibility because what sign shows us something else? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing. Right, Stacy. Somewhat like this is 100% right here. This is what it is. Someone out there knows something somewhere. Kids don't just vanish. Something. Somebody knows something. Somebody. And that's the thing. Who? Who? You know? Even a person that might have kidnapped him. Somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. But where the direction is, where the answers are, you see it even right now when there's people out there searching this moment. Where? You have a lot of people saying here, 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 here. You could say here, 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 until you cover the whole United States. If there's not an answer locally, if there's not an answer locally, then where do you go? For real. Because a firecracker just don't go off. There's a wick, there's a trail, there's a direction before whatever takes place. There's something, there's a direction. If there's no direction locally, where do you go? Because if you have this huge search effort along I-40, I mean, what would be amazing is if all of the counties that go along I-40, if each county, if each county could like have their own little group of people that would go search along their county's section of I-40, right? And go all the way down, right? That would be something cool. I don't have the resources to coordinate something like that. I have the ideas, I don't have the resources. You know what I'm saying? So then it is tough. But think about it. you break it down into, you don't just have this massive thing, you break it down into small communities because you only need a handful of people from each community to check their section of I-40. That's it. So you could literally break it down in small communities, and whatever community doesn't, yeah, but it's not huge if you break it down into small sections, Busby. That's what I'm saying, by counties. I think it could. Because literally, you only need a handful, and if not, you just need permission. And I don't know what kind of permission you need to go along I-40, but think about it. Small communities each way. It just takes a little bit. It seems huge in its totality, of course, but when you break it down into small sections, but first you gotta, but you gotta find. I mean, if there's not a direction locally, then what do? The only other thing is I-40, right? And then after I-40, then it's the United States or more. And then at that point, but at least if you can't find anything locally, if there's somebody that has resources out there, take the idea, break it down into small communities. If you can't get anybody from the community to help, you don't have to be there. They can be there to look. If not, permission, and just break it down and just as you go. Because other than that, it would, right. This is what I'm saying. Even if everyone searched their own properties, I mean, you could break it down small sections. You know, because you're looking for a missing child. You're looking for a missing child. It may take you a couple hours one day out of your whole life to go help a certain section. And that's what I'm saying. You don't make its totality, you break it down. It can be done. Right. Interstate crews are there to mow, and to do any kind of maintenance to the roads or whatever. But no, they don't go deep into the woods. And really, Busby, you don't even have to go that deep either, because if it is off the interstate, it's not like somebody went way in the woods, right? It would take a weekend of each person's time. That's not leading it. It would take a weekend of whatever section's time. That's it. That's it. I don't know, Samantha. I don't know.